So it's been a week since my last video, and in that time I done went to church. I went to a meeting after that, and I feel so much better. I mean, when after I relapsed, I was so angry, and I didn't really realize how angry I was. I didn't realize how everything I said, felt, seen, my perspective was just coming from a place of anger. And then having that opportunity to get closer with God and pray with those people, those spiritual people, and then go to a meeting after that, really just lifted that from me. And instead of being negative, instead of being positive, right? Why not be the change you want to see in the world? And that's just the way I've been going about it. And anything that I can do to be clean, stay clean, and live this life in that way is what I'm trying to do. I mean, there's been suggestions, and I'm all for it. You know, my therapist suggested that I build a support group so that when I do go out and about and I get squirrely, as he put it, I have somebody that I can call on and rely on and be there emotionally, and from a place of sober support. And that's what I've been doing. I've taken it upon myself to go out, to introduce myself, to get those contacts, to call these people, to build a sober support, because I really don't have one. I didn't really have one before because I never really tried to get clean before. Never. I mean, no.
Would you say you feel better this time around after your relapse than your previous relapses?
Of course. I mean, I already knew that I didn't want to use again. But then to end up using, and then as soon as I was done, even before I started, I knew it was a bad idea. And as soon as I was done, I was like, that's why I went to rehab in the first place. And then to know that I never want to pick up again, it feels so much better. And then when you're getting involved and you're getting active and you're meeting these people and you're going about it, it just feels better. It feels better to do the next right thing. It feels so much better. You know? And I'm not trying to get overwhelmed, because it felt kind of overwhelming at times to think about it, like for the next week, for the next 30 days, for the next year, for the next 10 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be, that I have to do all of these things. I have to stay clean for the rest of my life. I'm really just trying to do the next right thing today, the next right thing right now. And if people are suggesting that the next right thing is this or that or that or this, then that's what I'm all for. And I can wrap my head around that, because I'm just really just trying to stay in the moment. As I was at the meeting, and I was angry, and I noticed that, you know, I'm sitting there complaining about the silliest things, you know. Oh, back in the old days, you know, 70 years ago, they would walk up to you and shake your hand and embrace you and introduce you to those people. And instead of complaining, instead of looking at it like from that negative point of view, I'm trying to wrap my head around the positive aspects of all of this, and why not take it upon myself to be that person, greeting others at the door, introducing myself and others to those newcomers, you know. And I don't mean like right now, but I mean like instead of looking at it from that negative point of view, in time, be the change that I want to see in the world. And that's what service work is, and that's what I found out today. Because I don't know, I ain't never know, you know. I'm serious. I never tried to get clean before, you know. And that's what service work is, apparently. Making coffee and setting up chairs and being a greeter and all kinds of things, just getting involved and getting active, and that feels good. You know, that right thing for other people feels good. And that's what apparently the steps are designed to do. I mean, you know, from 1 to 12 and then back again for somebody else. And it's your job to help guide them through. And that's what I'm not really trying to look too forward into the future, but to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to another happy day. I'm looking forward to that next right, good thing I could possibly do for myself and others. And I was so amazed by this guy. He came in from a relapse. He had some real clean time, and he took it upon himself to go way out of his way because I asked him for help in doing so. And now not only did he help me do that, help me get those phone numbers and those contacts so that I could call and then been calling, that he showed me how to do it for myself, so that the next meeting I go to, if it's with the group or if it's on my own with another friend of mine or something like that, I know the steps that I need to take to build up my support network because I've seen it done. It's not as though I knew this from before and could have done it on my own and just chose not to. It was like I didn't even know how to go about it. And I remember last week I was saying about how that gratitude is gone. I just told him, and I told him and another guy, one of the guys here, Angelo and Lucky, about how I'm so grateful that he would do that for me. And I got emotional. And I was gracious about it. I was grateful about it, and I got choked up again. All I want to do from now on, because I'm not angry anymore, is be encouraging to others, stay positive, be positive, and keep that positivity going, because I know the other end of that, the other side of that is me using, and that's something that's not a possibility that's not a situation, a circumstance that I could be comfortable in anymore, because I know that it's just the worst of the worst of the worst. I've seen some of the worst things, but that's the furthest I want to get away from,
How do you feel that you're going to maintain this happiness?
Doing the next right thing. This therapist, I feel is great here. They really are. And the client, the guys here at the house are really, really something else. And they keep offering these positive suggestions to do. And so the therapist gave me an assignment to work on the fourth step. They gave me a worksheet that I could go through and go, to take me through this, so that it's not some kind of daunting task. So I do it the wrong way and get caught up in my emotions. I do it the right way, and that way I can learn from it, better myself, take it to another human being and God, and present it, and then process those character defects, and then go through them, and then try to eliminate them from my life and my character and my state of mind. The next right thing is what it's about. And I've said it and I've heard it said so many times this week. So many times, but it feels so good to do the next right thing. And I don't mean like holding the door open for like the little old lady. I mean doing the next right thing for me. Because I can't do anything for somebody else if I can't be a good person to me. And I really never understood what that meant until recently, like now.
Do you ever see yourself being a sponsor?
I don't want to look that far in the future. I just really want to do the next right thing. I don't want to look that far in the future. I just want to get through the steps myself. I got to get a home group. I got to get active. I got to, attend the business meeting, and that's what I'm really worried about. What I could do tonight, what I could do today, what I got to do tonight, what I got to do after that. I got to worry about who I got to call in my sober support, in this list of men and that I built, that I can rely on, and see who I share similar values with, so I could see who I could actually build meaningful relationships with in sobriety. That's what I'm really concerned about today. And that's all I got to worry about is today.
Advice for someone who just got over a relapse and is mad at themselves or feels some type of resentment towards themselves for letting themselves down and other people down, what would you say to them?
I would say that was me last week. And I spent a whole week being angry. And if I knew that going to church and clapping and praying and praising the Lord would get me out of there, I would have been in there that day. I would have went to a meeting that night. I would have did it way sooner than I did. But sometimes it takes time to process those emotions. I'm not really looking to get over this right now. I'm looking to get over this for life. And if I got to do I know that I have to do what I have to do today. I have to use the time that I have today to make sure that tomorrow is better, so that I can have some hope in myself. And if I was to say anything, it would be go to church, pray, surround yourself with people, talk about what it was that you went through, process that with somebody, because I don't like other people have some different spiritualities. So some people believe in Jesus, but some people believe in God. Some people believe in the room. Some people believe in the universe and the universal energy that we all, feed into and get and feed into and feed on. But me, it's Jesus. It's God. I'm a Christian. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't find some kind of spiritual place to worship at around positive people who are there for all the right reasons, and then take advantage of that, and take advantage of a meeting if you're an addict, and obviously if you're an addict, so take advantage of a meeting and share in that meeting, because not only are you doing the right thing for you, you're getting it off your chest, you're hearing it out loud, you're going to bring and attract people that are looking to go all out of their way for you. But you're helping that other person that doesn't have the ability at that time to speak up for themselves. And it's because it's not all about you.